I think we're about live now. Well, welcome. I'm glad you stopped by for my little party here. We've got a lot of things planned for you, but I'll start off just by playing a tune. So I'll play this one. I call this Bells for Marcel.
Hey, John Wise.
Oh, John's here. Great.
LA Jim.
And thank you, Brian, behind the camera. So. All right, here's Bells for Marcel. Oh, thank you for joining me. And this is a time, usually when somebody turns another decade, we have this great big party. And so this is you're the the invites now to my party. This is the way we're doing it this year. And so really appreciate you stopping by. And it's also my uncle's birthday, so I want to say a happy birthday to Uncle Lee and Dan's birthday today. Any other birthdays? If it's your birthday, give us a text. Let us know.
Vicky's was recently. Vicky Genson.
Vicky Genfels was recently.
Jack Pearson.
Jack Pearson was just a couple days ago, and in fact, Chet Atkins and Les Paul both have birthdays around this time, and Paul McCartney has a birthday around this time tomorrow, I guess. It's his birthday as well. Michael and Noel both are having birthdays here. And I want to do a shout out to Mary Flowers. Her live stream was just before mine. She's a great player and wonderful person. So, and also Sally, who's been hosting a lot of these live streams and helping with the publicity on these things, as well as Gail. We'll give her a shout. And of course, Pamela, who's been helping me for so many years. I'll do a song for Pamela, in fact. This is one I wrote for her. I call it Lady Pamela, and that's what she prefers to be called. She's a lady. Wonderful lady. So I'll use my harp guitar for this one. Here we are, Lady Pamela. Oh, that was Lady Pamela. So thank you, Pamela, for all that you do here. Uh,
That was in Dadgad, no?
in DADGAD tuning, and if you're interested in that, it's a great tuning to compose it, especially. I've got a little tutorial on how to compose in DADGAD tuning, and you can do this on a regular guitar. You don't need the extra sub basses, and it's just tuned D A D G A D. And in that tuning, wonderful thing happens is that all the open strings sound good all of a sudden, and it just the open strings sound Celtic. You can write an Irish tune there very easily. And if you notice, anything on the second sounds good, and anything on the fourth fret sounds good. So you can play anything on the second or fourth frets. And it sounds right. And so, and it even works anything on the fourth or the fifth fret or open string. Anything you want to do there, and it all sounds good. And so it's a fun place to start when you're composing. And I get into that in a little more depth in my True Fire courses. So if you want to, in fact,
And your channel.
on the channel, I've got a new channel, and we can give you 7 days free. We've got a special link. Put together everything, all the links on one page. So if you want to go to murielanderson.com/now, there's links to that. Links to the channel. You can check it out, and also 7 days free. Just a little gift. So I think the gifts should go both ways on birthdays, don't you? And so you can check that out. And let me do one more tune with that kind of tuning.
How do people win the baklava?
Oh, we have a question. Yeah, how if you want to win some baklava later on, we're going to be giving away baklava, giving away some CDs and DVDs also. Just send me an email at my top secret email address, which is muriel@murielanderson.com. It's spelled Muriel. And then write your mailing address so we can mail it to you. And Lady Pamela is going to pick several winners. So we're going to actually mail you a piece of baklava, so you can join us for my birthday baklava. And we'll also have some CDs. So if you want just the baklava, just put baklava in the title. If you want just CDs, just put CDs in the title. And if you want any of it, just put anything, and you'll be entered into all of the raffles.
And we're going to draw those pretty soon, as I understand it.
Yes, we're going to draw them in just a couple tunes, I guess. Right after we do the birthday, right after we show you the birthday baklava, we're going to be drawing those. So that's a great thing. So do send me an email, muriel@murielanderson.com, and we'll share some baklava with you. Well, Brian had requested a tune that also uses the same tuning, and in fact that same kind of technique where I'm just using these frets, and in that on that fifth fret there's this lovely C note here.
Mike.
Yeah. So I'll also use that for a little bit different sound on this, and I call this one The Gathering, because that's what we're doing here. We're gathering together. Brian.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing that.
Yeah, I haven't played that one for a long time. It's nice to kind of rediscover those. And before we go, I've got actually a brand new tune to play for you. But before I do that, I wanted to uh, go into the other room and show you a couple of other things. Also show you around this place a bit. This is where Brian and I spend the summers, and he got this from this little hut. I guess you could
Hut.
say.
Hut.
It's 2 rooms.
Bite your tongue. A hut.
Yes, 2 rooms and a big porch around.
It's a
2
shack.
rooms, it's a shack. Yes.
But not a hut.
Yes. But this is from his grandparents and built in 1909. So let's go this way. I'll show you. So this is the kitchen, and this is where I cook the baklava, right here. And so Brian has actually added indoor plumbing. I'm so happy about that. Well, it's almost indoors. It's on the porch. Okay, that's close enough, right? And then most of the house is porch. So the porch goes around, and this is where we have our dinners and spend most of our time outside. So beautiful salty air here. And let me show you a little something. This is the outside of the house here. And so let's see if you can see this. Let's see. It's flipped around this way. Let's see. Is there a flip here? There we go. Now we can see it. This is the outside of the house. I took this earlier today, and we've got Jack Pearson playing the banjo here, and this is the stove, which is held closed by a mallet there, because that's a 1930s stove. And here's the baklava being made. We went quickly past that, and now also, let's see. I'll show you a little bit more. This is the lights around here, and my garden out there where we have some things planted, and mostly beans. And oh, and Brian is lighting a whole bunch of candles. Holy smokes, that's a lot of candles. This is going to take him a long time to light all those. Hope he doesn't burn the house down. But in the meantime, I want to show you around here, and this is the living room through there, and that's where we play. And then outside here, this is the lyrics for the song that the 2 songs actually that I wrote. So 2 songs are finished up. We're going quickly by the dishes that need to be washed, and into here, and that is the little ladder goes up to the attic, and that's where we sleep up there in the attic. And then out the window, this is the best part. So this little cottage is on a boardwalk. So Brian owns the little cottage, but not the ground underneath it. Actually, that's owned by the community. And so it's a delightful place to be, where we live very, very simply. A lot of rice and beans, and when Brian catches a fish, we eat well. Okay, this is a lot of candles. Holy smokes. Okay.
I thought you said you were 40.
Well, I'm one of those decades. You know, I think everyone knows already, but we'll pretend like they don't. I've got to make a good wish here.
Get in position.
All right, here,
Hang on.
I'll have you light that last candle. So we have the candles lit on a covering so that the wax doesn't get all over the baklava by the time I blow it out. Let's see. Okay, you can all sing now. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Hang on. Let's
I
get.
gotta hyperventilate a little bit. Okay. Make a good wish here. Okay.
Well, she gave it a good effort, didn't she? She gave it a good effort.
Boy, I have to hold my hair there so it wouldn't get. Whoa, you know, that's the most candles I've ever had on a birthday cake. All right, underneath we have the beautiful baklava that we made.
Free of
earlier.
wax, free of
Yes.
candle wax.
And Brian, do you have your phone so you can find out our winners? Okay, Pam is going to be texting our winners. And we have, we're going to, you see, we have several places set. We are going to send one to Lady Pamela here. We're going to serve her up a dish and mail it to her. We're going to serve up one to Tom, mail it to him. We're going to send one to Gail. So just great friends. And then we have a few more name tags that we need to add. So let's see, who's going to be the next one here? We'll add. Do we have a winner?
Have 'em yet, so
Well, we don't have them
carry
yet.
on.
So, Brian, you can hang on to this, and I will.
Let's go back and
Cut
play some
the-
songs. And are you
I
gonna?
will cut the baklava. Say it there.
Ah, you've got it spun around again.
All right. Let's some peace here. And
Let's go back and play some music.
okay, we'll play a couple tunes, and then we will add some more place settings to the baklava. All right. Make sure I don't have any honey on my hand. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do a song here. This is for the Amirabli family, if they're watching, and a song that I wrote for them as a thank you gift for their great hospitality. And I call this the Amirabli Waltz. thank you so much. So that was a wonderful time touring in Italy, and I have some great news. As you know, that all concerts have been canceled. From now seemingly to the end of my life. And just today, I got notice that I have one concert coming up. Normally, I have like 30 or 40 concerts, on the calendar. And so finally, the first one came through. So we will be going to Zurich in March. And in the meantime, I want to thank all of you who have been contributing. There is a tip jar, so we're going way back to the olden days where we used to put a tip jar out front. And I've really appreciated your contributions. So live streams is how we've been making a living, and so it's great. So we have, but today we're gonna do it both ways. We'll have some gifts for you as well. And they're all listed on that website if you want to check that out, murielanderson.com/now. So we've got the 7 days free from TrueFire, and also some free sheet music. So we talked about learning some tunes, and there's you can have your choice of any of the tunes if you use the coupon code GIFT, and that gives you $5 off, which gives you any tune, or you can take $5 off anything in the shop. So we're in fact going to raffle off some of those things, so do send us an email. I'll show you what that is. Muriel@murielanderson.com, and put your mailing address there. And so if you want the CDs, you can put CDs or all if you want anything. And there's a big gift pack. We're going to raffle off each of the things in the gift pack, and so we'll have some gifts for you as well. So, including Acoustic Chef, and that's what the baklava recipe comes from. And the hardcover just came in, so we're really excited about that. And this is what we had for dinner the other night, and baklava.
Don't forget to tell them about the CD that's in there.
Oh yes, and the most important part is there's music that goes to every recipe, and so that was. Amorabile Waltz that I just played for you, that of course went to the eggplant parmesan that I learned to make there in Italy. So it was a wonderful time and wonderful culinary experience also. So I guess I could open one gift. We do have a request. One request. Okay, we'll take that a little bit later on. And this is in a different tuning now. I've got to change tuning entirely. Brian, do you have a story you can tell while I'm changing tuning?
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. So when I was a kid, I've got a brother and a sister. We were all right in a row age-wise, and I was the oldest. And when I was about 8, and my brother and my sister and I decided to throw a surprise party for my mom. Now, we as kids roamed all over the place, and we knew everybody in the street. We knew the kids, we knew the parents, and so we invited all these parents, assuming that they knew my mom and my mom knew them, and of course they didn't. And but they were charming, and they came over, and we put them in the basement. And then my mom came home, figured out quickly there was something weird going on, and there were people in the basement, and she was immediately horrified because the basement was rack and wet, cave crickets and junk and mildew and all this kind of stuff. And so she brings them up into the house, which also was a wreck because both my parents worked. So again, she's mortified. And we, as kids, had planned this surprise party pretty much around the surprise, which certainly it was. And I had nothing else planned. No coffee, no cake, nothing. So my poor mom, who had just come home from work, is now running around trying to make coffee and quick clean crap up that she doesn't want them to see. And we don't, even think about that. And of course, everyone was very nice and brought little gifts and all this sort of thing. And she, boy, the torture my poor mom survived with us. Wow.
It's a great party.
Surprise!
Yeah, surprise, yeah. Yeah, there's always something that goes wrong. Well, just now I had this great video that I had all prepared, and it ran out of battery. So that's why, yeah, so I don't know, I had it all charged up, but it ran out of battery. So maybe towards the end we can plug it back in and try that again. So, but maybe before it gets too late, I want to play you that the new tune that I wrote, and then I'll open a gift. Okay. So it's kind of a strange time to be having a significant birthday. You know, it's a strange time in history, and I have had, you know, not just a creative lag, but just I just haven't been able to compose anything for a long time. And finally, just the other day, I was sitting out in the sunshine, and finally something came to me. And just thinking about all the changes going on, you know, what things are going to come back, what things are going to stay. You know, I feel like kind of an old fuddy-duddy, you know, thinking, oh, the good old days, like last February. and so that backdrop, I wrote this tune, and I call it Changes. Why can't I find a way how to negotiate changes? The path is never clear. Why do I grow to fear changes? Every droplet in the stream leaps and frolics as it flows to unknown seas. Let me be the stream. Let me be the stream. The droplets in the stream. I cannot ever fight away my own life changes. No side's completely right. No one's immune to changes. A dandelion seed, once a blossom, now lifts into the wind, as simple as a smile. Let me be a seed. Why can't I find a way how to negotiate changes? The path is never clear. Why do I grow to fear changes? Some are sad and some are fine. Some lead to better things and some not yet defined. Love is never far behind, 'cause that's the way of time. That's the way of time, but love is never far behind. That's the way of time. Oh.
Somebody asked where the tip jar is.
Oh, I hope you like that. Oh, the tip jar is located. Actually, there's a link on the same page, murielanderson.com/now. You can also go to my website, Muriel Anderson, under gifts, and that'll lead you to 4 different ways. So you can do a PayPal, Muriel Guitar, that's the PayPal one, and Venmo. Or if you want to mail something, it's the mailman has a hard time finding this place. It's not on a street, it's on a boardwalk. So we're giving you an address where you can send it to Pam, and she'll make sure that I get it if you wanted to send a card or something. And there's also our regular link where you can do anything by credit card. So much appreciated. So thank you for asking.
But the main link was.
Main link is murielanderson.com/now. And that has links for everything, for the gifts for you, for the tip jar, and in case you forget the address to send to win some baklava or CDs, and then you can go ahead and send to there. So Brian, are you getting some winners coming in? Texting in yet?
Yeah, I just want to confirm with Pam.
Okay, good. So we have a couple of gifts. I hope you like that song. It's this is the really premiere. I did it on my weekly YouTube live, or is it a weekly Facebook live? So I've started doing this. Both Chet Atkins and Les Paul used to play every Monday night. So in honor of them, I thought I'd do an every Monday night Facebook short spot. So it's at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. They'll just give a little update there. So I have a gift here from my sister, from my little sister. You know, I get my best performing clothes for my sister. When she throws them in the dryer and they get too small for her, they just fit me. So I'm hoping that's what it is. Oh, this is, better yet, this looks brand new. This is not, it's a lovely, lovely slacks. You know, it reminds me of when I was asked, it's funny, this brings up a memory. I was asked to play at the Perry Como golf tournament. Chet Atkins was one of the invited guests, and he told me that he wanted to play some new things from his album that just came out with Mark Knopfler. And he didn't want to hire his band. He said, well, I'd have to pay them if I had them come, but I know you'd do it for free, wouldn't you? And I said, oh, yeah, of course. So I got to go and accompany Chet. And before going on stage, he came up and said, you know, I got these new pants that need to be hemmed. You're a girl. Here's a needle and thread. Could you hem these pants? And I said, sure. And so I figured I better do a really good job. So the first one I worked, you know, really hard, and you know, got the hem, did the little double stitching and everything. And then the second one, I was feeling a little more confident, and I went and cut it and realized I had cut on the hem line instead of the cut line. And so I'm like trying to make the world's smallest hem and stitch it up, and it was getting all bunchy, and one leg was shorter than the other. So Chet came and, you know, saw this terrible looking hem job, and he said, well, it's a good thing I have another pair of pants. And well, he never asked me to do any seamstress work after that, but we did play the show together, and that was really fun. After working so hard on working at Mark Knopfler's parts, just before going on stage, Chet said, you know, I changed my mind. My guitar's not sounding good. Let's do this other song. And it changes keys every verse, and it goes kind of like this. And, you know, just 10 minutes before, he showed it to me, and then there we were on stage playing a tune I'd never played before. And it went easily. I mean, Chet was just such a great performer, player, and lead that could tell exactly where he was going. It sounded like we'd practiced it, so it's a testament to his musicianship. Okay.
I have three baklava.
3 baklava winners. Okay.
Tom Napoli.
Tom Napoli. Okay. We're going to write his name on the place setting. Okay.
Kathy Sapel or Supple. I'm not sure how you say that.
Sapel.
Kathy, sorry. And then
Okay.
Michael Pennell.
And Michael Pennell. Okay. Great. All right. We will write those 3 names on the placemats and make a special setting for you. And then we've got some special mailing containers, and we will send them in the mail to you.
And I'm still waiting for names on the other things.
Okay, yeah, we'll do the other things later. So should we do another tune, Brian, or what do you think?
Sure. I think that's a great idea.
Okay, I'll do another tune.
The requester of Velzel's Garden says, well, you haven't played that in a while. I would settle for Two Shores if you had it in your heart to do that.
Oh, okay, I could do either one of those, I guess. I'll do those a little later when my tuning is appropriate for that. So this is in the same tuning as a tune that uses the super treble. So this instrument here is a carbon fiber harp guitar, so it's great in this high humidity we have here. It's built by Emerald, and I normally play a Bruner foldable harp guitar or a Mike Doolin, but this has been great for the high humidity. And the Bruner super trebles actually attach, and if you're interested in these, I just heard from him yesterday. He's got another batch of super trebles that he's getting ready to send out. So I've got the link for that if you're interested in the super trebles, on that same page /now, Muriel Anderson /now. So I'll play a little bit of it so you can kind of hear the trebles.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's fun to play around on those super trebles a bit. Let's see. Brian has a couple of gifts here. Did you want me to open it?
Well, there's a whole pile there, but I'll just give you this little.
This one here. Okay, so it's a card that says, "Happy birthday, love," with a sailboat. I bet it's a sailboat. Let me see. Oh, no. It says he is getting me a master class from which I will make you an amazing dinner. Oh, a cooking master class.
No, it's all of them.
All the master classes. Oh, wow. So that is really interesting. This is a time to learn new things, and that's and especially, so Brian, not only am I going to get this master class, but you're actually going to cook some things from the master class?
Yes, I will.
Oh, now that is a super present. Okay. Because we've been having so much fun with the acoustic chef and getting that together and making the recipes from that from all around the world, and it'll be great to have some new and interesting recipes. So for writing a cookbook, I'm a very primitive cook, so it'll be great to learn some things. So everything in the cookbook is really easy to make, actually. So that's the advantage. But, let's do a little bluegrass medley. We'll put in at the beginning. Here we're imitating the sound of a mandolin and the string bass. And the fiddle. The whole band. Wow, that's the first time I play that on a steel string harp guitar. I didn't realize I always play that on nylon string, so it's a different sound. So
Somebody just said Igor Stravinsky was born on this day at 18 something,
Igor Stravinsky,
1887 or something.
Okay, Brian.
Well, okay. Well, this one, excuse me, stepping in front of the camera. This one you requested at some point, and it goes with the whole.
Oh.
Well, I won't even say.
It feels like a bowling ball. So.
With the name Homer on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Since I don't bowl, I know someone who would like it.
Nice old bowl.
Yes. So it's heavy. And.
This is in keeping with the culinary theme.
Oh, I know what it is. A mortar and pestle. Yes. So it's a lovely one. Thank you.
You had requested that at one point.
Yes, I had. So it's nice to have a real one, and that comes in handy for making some really yummy things. We made steak chimichurri tonight from that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to do that with a real mortar and pestle. So thank you.
Okay. Now you've got to play another song.
Okay. So I have to play another song.
Maybe two shorts.
Two shorts, okay.
Good request.
Thank you. Yeah, two shores. Just like we are on the south shore of Long Island, looking across at another shore. So I always think about that, and I also think about, you know, how nice it will be to travel again, to go across to other shores, see people again. So looking forward to those times ahead.
Yeah, gee.
Yeah. And so thank you for the comments coming in, and thank you for the contributions. Much appreciated. And I had promised I'd do another new song. So this is one that I started writing a long time ago, and finally finished up just a week ago, I guess. And so I think that finally I'm hitting the stride again, and will start to be composing more things. So this will be the year I'll be a better person and a better composer, and I'll also have a master class. That means I'll be a better chef.
There's a lot of things in that master
Yeah.
class.
So this one is called Stem the Rising Tide. Brand new song. There's a little thing that you can do, lift the heart of someone who's too afraid to ask. Kindness helps to heal a broken heart. Maybe it's at least a start, just to lend a hand. Even though you may be blue as well, leave it all behind until you reach out if you dare. There's a little song that you can sing, a ray of light that you can bring to let them know you care. Though your work is never mentioned, you've been fighting in the trenches before the battle even starts. For to ever really know how the web of reasons grow, walk in someone else's shoes. When you look around this crazy world, a planet that needs to be healed to stem the rising tide. When the herd is headed for the cliff, you don't have to be so miffed about being left behind. Even though there are times you may be blue, there are times when you are feeling small. Nothing that you do at all seems to change a thing. After all, what can one person do? Ask Gandhi, Lincoln, remember to ask Martin Luther King. You are fighting in the trenches, more than one dimension, before the battle even starts. For to ever really know how the web of reasons grow, walk in someone else's shoes. There's a little song that can be sung, there's some work that can be done to stem the rising tide. Though your work is never mentioned, you've been fighting in the trenches for the battles that you choose. For to ever really know how the web of reasons grow, walk in someone else's shoes. There's a little song that you can sing, conviction only you can bring to stem the rising tide. Conviction only you can bring to stem the rising tide. Stem the rising tide. All right, Brian, one last gift from you, and then finish off with a couple songs,
Oh.
and I also want to mention
And we have the names for the rest of the items.
the names. Yeah, we'll pull those gifts as well.
Oh, gee.
But let me take a couple of names for these. So this is from the gift pack, and so the winner of the Nightlight Daylight, the CD that lights up, is, what's the first winner on there?
Dennis Rick.
Dennis Rick. Okay, congratulations, Dennis. And winner of Hometown Live,
Mary Francis.
Mary Francis. Okay, that's a very nice sound quality on that one. Arioso from Paris, recorded in Paris, all pretty music to listen to in the evening.
It's either La Jimmy or L.A. Jimmy. I'm not sure which.
L.A. Jimmy, okay.
Let's go with L.A., but it's spelled
Okay.
La.
And then
Dot Lemon.
Tierra, this is the one with Tierra Negra. My great friends, Leo and Rauji from Tierra Negra, and I recorded the New World Flamenco, and that is
Dot Lemeth.
Dot Lemeth. Okay, great. And Arioso from
Kevin.
I'm sorry, this is Heartstrings. Heartstrings is Kevin.
Kevin Ake.
Okay.
I'm guessing how that pronunciation
and
goes.
Guitarscape Planet,
Michael Johannesson.
Michael Johannesson. And the crown jewel, the acoustic
Stephen
chef.
Liflin.
Stephen Liflin, one acoustic chef. So this is also something I'm offering just at this time for a short period of time. The whole stack is we're offering it. If you didn't win one of these, it's for almost the same price as the first and the last items themselves. So we're just doing that special for the birthday week. And okay, do I get one? I kind of like presents.
Excuse me walking in front of them.
All right.
Oh, here's a simple little one. It's sticking with the food theme.
Okay, so.
The birthday equivalent of a stocking stuffer.
Oh, my favorite, Lint 100%. Now, I used to have a sweet tooth before I went off sugar for a year in college, and now my favorite is, I went to 99%, and now I'm up to 100% chocolate. That's like the real stuff. And you can really tell the chocolate. That's my favorite. Thank you. Thank you, Brian.
And we've had hellos from Australia, and Hangzhou, and Tokyo, and
Oh, I'm sure.
California, and all
Right,
over.
let's get back together again, I'm sure, right? Yeah, wonderful. So, and California too, and so,
And are you planning to play a song?
yes. Okay.
Let's have a song.
All right. And, oh, we should do a view from space.
Oh, yeah.
Just from that. Actually, if you want to learn the technique for this, I do teach this on the TrueFire channel, and you get 7 days free, so you got 7 days to learn it. So go ahead and go to that link.
And where do they find that link?
That's murielanderson.com/now. And if I'll tune this up a little bit.
Dayton, Ohio is here.
Okay.
So there's a little debate going on in the comments about the time signature of that
It's
piece.
the time signature. This piece is 9/8 time.
Ah, you got it right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's a little group of 3 harmonics in a row coming up, and then groups of 2 coming back down.
Somebody guessed 9/8.
Yes, so
Did very
9/8 is correct. Yeah, good.
What did he win?
Yes. Yeah, well, actually, we are going to have one more raffle for those of you who are watching this on the replay. So if you're not watching this live, if you're watching it now after the fact, we are still doing a mystery winner. And will win either a piece of baklava or one of the CDs or DVDs or books. So it'll be a surprise. And yeah, like a surprise party. Just like Brian's surprise party.
My mother would have preferred baklava to what she got.
Yes. And we're going to continue doing some more of these live streams. So if you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, if you haven't done that already, and hit the little bell, then you'll know when I'm doing something live. I don't do them that often, about once a month, something like this, so you won't get a lot of notices. And if you want some little quick live streams, you can tune in on Monday on the Facebook page. That's the Facebook Muriel Guitar page. And then do become a long-term friend. Send us an email and say hi. And we do appreciate the gifts as well. So I'll finish off with a tune that was inspired by the very baklava that we are eating, and then we're gonna just walk back. It'll be dark there, so it'll be we'll have to tiptoe back, and we're just gonna write the names of the winners on the little baklava sheets and
We don't have to bore them
enjoy
with
some
that, though, do
baklava.
we?
Yeah, so you don't have to join us for that. We're just gonna be doing that and enjoying our baklava. So, any other words popping in there? Anything from Pam? Say hi. Yeah.
I think Bunny Barnes was the one who guessed the correct time signature, if I have
I
it
see.
right.
Bunny Barnes. Okay, so maybe we'll have to send him something. Is that him or her?
I have no idea. I would guess a her, but
It's
I
her,
have no
okay.
idea. Bunny Weller was the guy, of course.
Okay. So thank you so much for joining me for my party here. It makes it special for me. And you can probably guess what decade I'm turning. Maybe I'll, for those watching the replay, I'll post a little picture from 10 years ago and a little picture from 20 years ago. And I'm just pretending that you don't already know. I know you already know, but it's more fun that way. For those of you who guessed 30, we'll send you a gift. You'll get extra kudos for guessing 30, right?
Hey, Shiv Preet.
Oh, Shiv Preet is there. Greetings to Shiv Preet.
He guessed 20, so he gets it.
Oh, yeah.
He's angling for a good prize.
Yeah, we did a wonderful recording together. I'm looking forward to doing some more Indian vocals and guitar and harp guitar together. So that's a fun combination. So thank you again. This is a little baker's dozen. Oh, that makes me hungry for baklava. So, thank you for joining me, and look forward to seeing you along the road. Seeing you for real along the road. That would be great, and appreciate your friendship. And let's keep in touch. And let's have baklava.